Welcome to the Light Warrior Academy. My name is Sensei Bill, and thanks for attending our introductory class on Chi Gung, the art that teaches the cultivation of Qi. Now, every time I teach this class, students are really excited that they actually feel something. And I'm going to make the same promise to you that my master made to me many years ago. That by the end of this class, you'll not only understand what Qi is, you will feel it, you will strengthen it, and you're going to measure the results for yourself. Okay, so what is Qi? Qi is a life force that penetrates every cell in your body. It's also an energy field that your soul or your spirit uses to animate your body. All life forms contain and produce Qi, and this includes humans, animals, insects, and plants. Our planet itself is a giant Qi generator. And all elements have Qi as well. And this means metals, minerals, rocks, crystals, even dirt has a little bit of Qi in it. Qi is abundant in the air, water, and space around us. And using the techniques that you learn in our Qigong class, you're going to be able to draw Qi into your body and focus it for various purposes. Now in Chinese, Qi translates as energy or vitality. In Japanese, it's called Ki, and that means essence or life force or spirit. In India, it's known as Prana, which means psychic wind. In Tibet, it's known as Arlong, which is wind. In Greek, it's known as Pneuma, which is also wind or spirit. And in Hebrew, it's called Ruach, which is also spirit or wind. Now in the West, during the 20s and 30s, psychics and scientists got together to study Qi, and they called it Orgone, or the universal life force energy. And there was some great work done by a man named William Reich, and I really suggest that you look up his research on the internet, as you'll really learn a lot from it. In the 70s, Qi became known as the force. And I get it, there's a little giggle factor there, but really actually advanced Qigong skills were portrayed pretty accurately in some movies. And Qi is not some made-up sci-fi fantasy, and anyone that tells you that it is has simply never made an effort to study Qigong. So what is Qigong? Well, you know the word Qi means energy, and the word Gung means skill. So Qigong literally translates as skill with energy. Now the art of Qigong is approximately 4,000 to 5,000 years old, and it's made up of a number of arts, including Tai Chi, Wu Qi, Nigong, and a whole bunch of others. Now there are 5 different branches of Qigong, including Buddhist, Taoist, Confucian, martial arts Qigong, and medical Qigong. What you're going to be learning here today is part of the Taoist tradition, and that focuses on health, wellness, longevity, and defense. Now there is a question I get asked quite often, which is what's the difference between Qigong and Qigong and Chi Kung? And the answer is they're all the same thing. When Westerners first tried to write Chinese words in English, there were no established rules or guidelines. So with 5 different dialects of the Chinese language, translators many times just wound up spelling the same words differently. And a really good example of this is the name for the capital of China, which up till the 80s was known as Peking. Well, now today we all know it as Beijing. So what you may see written as Qigong or Chi Kung has now been changed to reflect the more mainstream Chinese pronunciation, which is Qigong. Okay, so what can Qi be used for? It can be used for healing yourself and others, maintaining wellness, improving your psychic skills, preventing injury, defense, breaking objects, and you can even kill with it. As a young Kung Fu student, I watched a Qigong master at a demonstration break brick after brick using a focused blast of Qi. And there are stories of Qigong masters in China that can dispatch a fully grown bull with a single strike to the upper shoulder. Now, the bulls are not killed for sport, and the meat is distributed to the poor. But interestingly, when the heart is removed, it is exploded from the inside out the same way the bricks were. Now, there's also another art that's somewhat related to Qigong, and that's called Dim Mak, or the death touch, where an energy block is placed within a person's body that causes their chi energy to stagnate. And this can make them very sick or ill, or even cause them to die. And it is rumored in the Chinese community that this is how Bruce Lee met his end. Now, I know what I'm saying by Western standards, it seems really weird, but we're going to teach you how to feel your chi, increase it, and measure the results so that you can see for yourself how very real chi energy is. Before we go on to the breathing exercises, I want to cover a couple of important points with you. First, Qigong is best done in a relaxed manner when your mind is calm and focused. So if you've got something bothering you or there's something on your mind, it's probably best to relax for a few minutes or do a few minutes of meditation before you do the exercises. Next, Qi does not flow well through tense muscles, so no type of isometric or muscle tension exercises should be used when you're going through the movements. Now I'm going to share a big secret with you regarding Qigong, especially for when you first start practicing. And that's that you make Qi flow through your body using a combination of body movements, breath control, and the focused will of your mind, or concentration. Now, eventually you'll be able to make Qi move through your body in the blink of an eye using only your mind. But it's going to take some time and you're going to have to work on it. And like all light warrior skills, the key to success is practice. So when you take the Qigong classes, we do suggest that you try to practice for a half hour to an hour each day. If you only practice every other day or every few days, even if you do it for a longer amount of time, it's going to take you longer to develop your skills. If you only practice, like let's say every week or every few weeks, listen, it's certainly better than not practicing at all, but development of advanced Qigong skills is going to be a long road. Okay, so let's go on to the breathing exercises. What we're going to do is what's called circular breathing or abdominal breathing. And that's where you fill your lower lungs with air, your middle lungs, then your upper lungs with air. You hold it for a second, and then you breathe out using pursed lips. Like that. So when you go through the exercise, if you find that you get lightheaded easily, then just go ahead and put the video on pause and start it again when you're ready. If you find that you get dizzy, you're more than welcome to do these exercises sitting on a couch or on a chair. Just make sure you scoot up to the edge so that you can fully expand your abdomen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the technique for you first. Just kind of let me walk you through it a few times, and then everybody's going to stand up and then we'll do it together. Okay? So the object is to, when you inhale, expand your abdomen forward, okay, and fill your lower lungs with air. When that's full, you want to raise your torso up and fill your middle lungs with air. When that's full, you want to raise your chest up, fill your upper lungs all the way to the top, hold it for a second, and again breathe out through pursed lips. Okay? So the way to do this is we're going to put your thumbs here in your belly button, and then you're going to measure off about 3 inches below your belly button and put your fingers on your abdomen here about 3 inches below your belly button. And then when you inhale, you want to push your abdomen forward against your fingers. So your fingers will be like that, and when you inhale, you want to expand your abdomen forward, pushing against your fingers, and fill your lower lungs with air. So watch me first. I'm going to put my fingers in my belly button here, and I'm going to mark off about 3 inches below my belly button on my abdomen, place my fingers there, and then I'm going to inhale, expand my abdomen forward, and completely fill my lower lungs. Now if that's full, I'm going to raise my chest, my torso a little bit, and I'm going to let my middle lungs fill with air. Now when that's full, I'm going to raise my chest up and fill my upper lungs with air. Hold it for a second, and then breathe out through pursed lips. Okay, so once again, I'm going to inhale, pressing against my fingers by expanding my abdomen forward and filling my lower lungs with air. Now my middle lungs. Now I'll raise my chest and fill my upper lungs. Hold it for a second, and exhale. One more time all together. Ready? Inhale. I'm going to hold it for a second. And exhale. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is go ahead and stand up. And make sure there's nothing behind you. Make sure you've got some area around you. And place your feet about shoulder width apart. And then place your thumbs here in your belly button. Mark off about 3 inches below your belly button on your abdomen. And then leave your fingers there. And when you inhale, I want you to press against your fingers and expand your lower lungs and let them fill with air. When you get done with that, now raise your torso a little bit and fill your middle lungs with air. When that's full, raise your chest up, expand your upper lungs, and fill that with air all the way to the top. Hold it for a second, and exhale. Okay, let's do that again. And ready, inhale. Expand your abdomen forward. Now middle lungs, upper lungs. Hold it. And exhale. Compress your abdomen inwards. Okay, one more time. Lower lungs, middle lungs, upper lungs. Hold it. And exhale, compress your abdomen inward. Okay, one more time, all together. Lower lungs, middle, upper. Hold it. And exhale. And one more time, ready? Lower lungs, middle lungs, and upper lungs. Hold it. And exhale. Okay, that's the circular breathing or abdominal breathing exercise. So go ahead and practice that on your own for a few minutes. And then when we come back, we're going to go through the first Qigong exercise called over the barrel. We need to get a little Qi flowing for you here. So now we're going to work on a Qi building exercise called over the barrel. Now, like before, I'm going to walk you through the technique. I'm going to do a little demonstration of it, so I just want you to watch me for a minute, and then we're going to go through it together. All right, so if you're going to do this technique standing up, you want to make sure that your feet are shoulder width apart, that you maintain a slight bend in your knees, you don't want your legs straight or locked out, and that you start with your hands flat on your thighs. If you're going to do the technique sitting down, remember to scoot up to the edge of the chair. Both feet should be flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart, and again, start with your hands flat on your thighs. As you begin the technique, you want to start out with your abdominal breathing, and you're going to fill your lungs all the way up with air, hold it for a second, and then exhale through the movement. So as I begin the technique, I'm going to inhale and fill my lower, middle, and upper lungs with air. And at the same time, I'm going to bring my hands up and over an imaginary barrel. And on the first repetition, you're going to look at the back of your right hand. And you're going to bring your hands to your chest like this and stop. And before you exhale and push out, what I want you to do is visualize that there are flashlights in the center of both palms shining brightly forward. Now I'm going to look at the back of my right hand and start to exhale and push out. Now I don't want you to lock your arms all the way out. You want to make sure that there's a slight bend in your elbow. You don't want your arms straight. So continue the exhale. When you reach the end, making sure to keep a slight bend in your elbows. Continue the exhale and bring your hands back to your thighs like that. Okay, so let's do it again. Again, I'm going to start out with my abdominal breathing and inhale. Bring my hands up and over an imaginary barrel like that. Bring your hands back to your chest. Remember to visualize the flashlights in the center of your palms shining forward brightly. And exhale. This time looking at the back of your left hand. When you reach the end, just continue the exhale. Remember to look at the back of your left hand all the way through the exercise and bring it back to your thighs like that. Now, the reason you look at the back of your palms is that chi flows where the eyes go. So as you go through the exercise and looking at your hands, it actually helps to bring more chi to your hands and increase the flow. Now, if you'd like a little proof on the fact that chi flows where the eyes go, the next time you're at a park or a store or someplace where there are some people that are not necessarily concentrating intently on something, stare at the side or the back of someone's head. And in just a few moments, they're going to turn around and they're going to look right at you. Now, what that is they're sensing your chi going out and attaching to them. Now, for most people, this is a subconscious sense. It's not a conscious sense, but it is a sense nonetheless. Now, in later classes, we're going to teach you to consciously be able to tell when someone is looking at you by sensing their chi. We're also going to teach you how to pull your chi in so that someone will not know when you're looking at them. And this is actually such a powerful technique that someone you know might actually just walk right on by you and not even know that you're there. Okay, so let's do the technique together. So if you're going to stand up, go ahead and stand up. And if you're going to do it sitting, get ready, scoot up to the edge of your chair and make sure your feet are flat on the floor. All right, so bring your hands to the center of your thighs and inhale. Look at the back of your right hand. Bring your hands up to your chest like that. And exhale, push out, remembering to visualize the flashlights in your palms. Continue looking at the back of your right hand and exhale. Okay, let's do it again. And hands on the center of your thighs and ready, inhale. Bring your hands up and over the barrel. Fill your lungs all the way up. Visualize the flashlights. Look at the back of your left hand now and exhale, push out. And take a breath. Okay, let's go again. And ready, inhale. Look at the back of your right hand. Up and over the barrel. Visualize the flashlights and exhale, push out. Once again, and ready, inhale. Up and over the barrel. Exhale, push out. Remember the flashlights. And take a breath. Again, ready, inhale. Look at the back of your right hand. Fill your lower, middle, and upper lungs up with air. Bring your hands up to your chest. Remember to visualize the flashlights and exhale, push out. One more time, and ready, inhale. Look at the back of your left hand. Fill your lungs, up and over the barrel. Bring your hands to your chest. Remember to visualize your flashlights. Exhale, push out. Okay, and that's the basic over-the-barrel chi building exercise. So what I want you to do now is put the video on pause, and I want you to do at least 6 repetitions of that exercise on your own. And then when you're done, start the video again, and when you come back, we're going to go through the first chi sensing exercise. Welcome back. Now that you've got some chi flowing through your hands and arms, we're going to move on to the first couple of chi sensing exercises. Now you can do these exercises either standing up or sitting down, it doesn't matter. What's most important is that you concentrate on the sensations and remember the feelings of what's going on in and around your hands and fingers as we do the exercise. Now I don't want to tell you what you should be feeling or what you should be sensing because I don't want to front load you or have you think that we're using the power of suggestion. Just remember what you felt, concentrate on the sensations, and then we're going to go over it together when we're done. Like before, I'm just going to give you a quick demo and then we're going to do the exercise together. Okay, so for the first exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to start out putting your left arm up like this with your thumb facing upwards. And then remember, chi doesn't flow through tense muscles, so remember to relax your arm, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the fingertips of your right hand, put it down over the top of your left thumb, and then barely touching the skin, you're going to bring your fingertips up and off the end of your thumb. And what I want you to do is concentrate on the sensations that you feel that are going on in and around your thumb when you're no longer touching it. So again, you're going to take the fingertips of your right hand, put them down over your left thumb, and then barely touching the skin, you're going to bring your fingertips up your thumb, and then concentrate on what you feel is going on in and around your thumb after you're done touching it. Now we're going to do this 4 times and then we're going to move on to our right hand. So when you do your right hand again, just put your right hand up, thumb facing upwards. Take the fingertips of your left hand, put it down over your thumb. Remember to relax your arm, and then just barely touching the skin, bring your fingertips up and off the end of your thumb and concentrate on what you feel and remember the sensations that are going on in and around your thumb. Okay? All right, so let's do the exercise together. If you're going to stand up, go ahead. If you want to sit down, that's fine. Put your left arm up. Relax your arm, relax your hand, relax your thumb. Take your fingertips of your right hand, put it down over the top of your left thumb, remembering to look at your thumb. And now very slowly bring your fingertips up and off the end of your thumb and concentrate on the feeling. Okay, once again, put your fingertips down over your thumb, barely touching the skin. Bring it up off the end of your thumb and feel that sensation. One more time, look at your thumb. Put your fingers down over the top. Come up slowly and concentrate on what you feel. Okay, once again. Okay, now let's move on to the right hand. Put your right hand up, make sure your thumb is facing upwards. Take the fingertips of your left hand, put it down over your thumb, barely touching the skin, and then very slowly bring it up your thumb. And concentrate on what you feel. Okay, let's do that again. One more time. Concentrate on the sensations you feel. Okay, and one last time. Slowly come up off the end of your thumb and remember what you feel. Okay, shake it off, rub your hands together, and now let's go on to chi sensing exercise number 2. What you're going to do is you're going to start with your left hand like this. You're going to put it out, palm facing upwards. Relax your arm as much as possible, especially your thumb. Now you're going to take the fingernails of your right hand and place it at the top of your wrist like this. And now I want you to concentrate on the center of your palm. And now we're going to inhale before we do the exercise. So inhale. And then as we exhale, what you're going to do is you're going to bring your fingernails down your hand, off the end of your fingertips, and once again, concentrate on the sensations that you feel going on in and around your hand after you're done touching it. All right, and when we're done with that exercise, we're going to move on to the right hand and do the same thing. So you'll put your right hand out, palm facing upwards, look at the center of your palm. You're going to inhale, place your fingernails at the top of your wrist, and then very slowly and very lightly drag your fingernails down your hand off the end of your fingertips, and then concentrate on the feeling or the sensations that you feel going on within your hand and around your hand after you're done touching it. Okay, so let's do this 4 times on each hand as well. So place your left hand out, relax your arm, palm up, concentrate on your palm, and inhale. Let's take the fingertips of your right hand, put it at the top of your wrist, and then drag it down your hand very lightly off the end of your fingertips, and concentrate on that sensation. Okay, once again, inhale, fingertips at the top of your wrist, very slowly, barely touching, down your hand, off your fingertips. Concentrate on the sensations you feel, and remember what you feel. Okay, once again, inhale, fingertips at the top of the wrist, drag down, exhale. And one last time, inhale, look at the center of your palm, and bring your fingertips down the end of your fingers, and concentrate on the feeling. Okay, let's move on to the right hand now. Put your right hand out, palm up, relax your hand, relax your arm, relax your thumb. Take the fingertips of your fingernails of your left hand, put it at the top of your wrist, and inhale. Remember to look at the center of your palm. And very lightly, bring your fingertips, fingernails down your hand and off your fingertips. You can also alternate pathways. You don't have to go the same path each time down your hand. Okay, let's try that again. Inhale. Look at your palm. Exhale. Move down your hand and off your fingertips. Concentrate on what you feel. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Concentrate on the sensations. And one last time. Ready? Inhale. And exhale. Okay, rub your hands together, shake it off. So what I want you to do now is put the video on pause and do at least 4 repetitions of each exercise on each hand. At this time, I want you to do it with your eyes closed and really concentrate on the sensations you feel going on in and around your thumbs and in and around your hands as you do each exercise. And when you get done, start the video up again, and together we'll review what you felt. Okay? We'll see you when you get back. Hello Light Warriors, welcome back, and let's go over what you felt. Okay, the main sensation was obviously touch. There's nothing mysterious about that. But what we're really concerned with was the secondary sensation that you felt in around your thumbs and hands after you were done touching them. Most people feel a tingling, some feel heat, others feel cold. One student described it as if his fingers were making ripples in the water, but his hand was actually the water, and he could feel the ripples moving outward from his hand afterwards. Another student described it as if her hand was ringing like a bell. And what you felt, or what that was the disturbance that you made in your energy field. Now this happens because your hands are the main transmitters and receivers of chi for your body, and they are ultra sensitive to any energy field that passes nearby or through their energy field, like you did when your fingers of one hand were passing near the energy field of another hand. Okay, so now if you're having some doubts about this, just please temporarily suspend your disbelief. You can always go back and get it later, and let's move on to the next exercise, because what we want to do is get some chi now flowing down your arms into your hands so that we can measure it. Right? So now this exercise is best done in a short sleeve shirt. If you have a long sleeve shirt and you bunch it up around your arm, tight clothing has a tendency to restrict chi flow, so this may not work really well for you. So probably best done in a short sleeve shirt. Also, if you have a watch or any rings on, just please take them off for the duration of this exercise, because that's the way it's going to work best. Okay, so let's start out. We're going to put your left arm in front of you like this, palm up. And then you're going to use your fingernails, and now you're going to place them on the inside of your arm, up by your armpits here. And now you're going to use your abdominal breathing technique and inhale. And then once again, gently and slowly bring your fingernails down the inside of your arm to your hands, off the end of your fingertips. And I want you to concentrate on the sensations going on in and around your arm, your hands, and your fingertips now. But before you go on to the next repetition, I want you to wait for a secondary wave of heat or tingling or a different type of vibration before you proceed. Okay, so let's do this together. Put your fingernails here up on the inside of your arm, up by your armpit, and inhale using your abdominal breathing technique. And ready? Inhale. And then exhale as you move down your arm. Now concentrate on the sensations you feel in your arm, your hand, and your fingertips. And probably right about now you're feeling a secondary wave of heat or a different type of vibration from the first vibration or tingling. Okay, so let's try that again. And put your fingertips up by your armpit. Inhale. And exhale. Gently move down your arm. Off the end of your fingertips, and concentrate on the sensation you feel, and wait for that secondary wave of heat or a different type of vibration. The more you do this, the faster that vibration or secondary wave of heat will come. So, all right, so let's move on to the next one. Here we go. Ready? And inhale. And exhale. And that secondary wave of heat or tingling probably came a little bit quicker now. It's probably happened right about now for you. And let's do this one more time. And ready? Inhale. Fill your lungs all the way up. And let's move down our arm. Okay, very good. All right, now let's move on to the next arm. So put your right arm out in front of you here. Relax your palm, relax your arm, and take the fingertips or fingernails of your left hand, put it up here by your armpit, and ready, inhale. And exhale as you move down your arm. Now concentrate on the sensations you feel and wait for that secondary wave of heat or tingling. Okay, let's do that again. Ready, inhale. And exhale, move down your arm. Concentrate on the sensations and wait for that heat or tingling. And one more time, ready? Inhale and exhale. And one more time, ready? Inhale. Place your fingertips up by your armpits. Exhale. And as you go off the tips of your fingers, concentrate on that sensation or feeling or heat or tingling that you feel. Okay. Now, the sensation of heat or tingling, or that secondary vibration that you feel after your initial first series of vibrations that you feel, is actually chi moving down your arms into your palms. Now, for most of you, I realize that this is probably the first time you're actually feeling your chi. And most people actually detect that as a feeling of heat. And I realize it's a little subtle, but that's why chi energy is called subtle energy. Because at least at this stage in your development, it's not going to reach out and bang you in the head. But I can tell you from personal experience, the more you work with Qigong, the stronger these sensations are going to get, the stronger the feelings are going to get, the more powerful your techniques are going to become, and the more you're going to be able to do with it. Okay, so now that we've got some chi flowing into your palms and you probably feel some heat or some tingling or vibration, now let's move on to a chi measuring exercise. So what I want you to do is put your palms up in front of you like this, about 6 to 8 inches apart. And then we're going to start out here, and then I want you to bring them together slowly until you can feel heat between your hands. And when you reach a point where you feel the heat, I want you to back off and then bring them together again. For most of you, you should probably feel it somewhere between 1 and 3 inches. If you feel it further away, that's great. That means you've got more chi flow going to your palms. Okay? And just kind of get a visual idea of where you feel that heat, or an average of where you feel that heat, and save that for later, remember that for later, because we're now going to move on to a very powerful chi building and chi moving exercise, and then you're going to be able to measure it again and see how much chi you've actually been able to bring to your hands, and measure that difference or result for yourself. And now we're going to move on to a fairly powerful chi focusing and building exercise. And if you remember back to the beginning of the class, I said that you make chi flow through your body using a combination of physical movements, breath control, and the focused will of your mind, or concentration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the physical part of this technique first. Then we're going to add the breath control, or the circular breathing technique. Then we're going to add the visualization. I'm going to do it a couple of times for you, and then we're going to do it all together, and then we're going to measure the results and see how well you did. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put your left arm out in front of you like that, palm down, and then you're going to put your right palm on top of your left palm, right about where the end of your fingertips are. And then as you begin the movement, you're going to move up your arm and inhale, right? And you're going to be about 1 inch away from your arm. You're not going to touch your arm. And when you reach the shoulder, then you're going to turn your left palm up, and then you're going to move back down your arm like that. When you reach the end, or when the center of your palm reaches the end of your fingertips, you'll turn your palm back down, and then we're going to do the technique. You're going to move back up your arm again like this. When you reach the shoulder, you're going to turn your left palm up and start back down your arm again until the center of your right palm reaches the end of your left fingertips here. Okay, so we're going to turn our left palm down again and start with our right hand, center of our palm right here, about 1 inch above our fingertips. Now as we do the technique, we're going to inhale through our nose and exhale out through our mouth as we go down. So as we inhale through our nose, up to our shoulder, filling your lower, middle, and upper lungs with air. Then when you reach your shoulder, you're going to turn your left palm up and exhale through your mouth. bringing your right palm down to the center, right down to the end of your fingertips here. Okay, so let's try that again. Turn your left palm down, and then we're going to inhale through our nose as we move up the arm. As we get to the top, you're going to turn your left palm up and move back down your arm again until the center of your right palm reaches the end of your left hand's fingertips. Okay, now the third part, we're going to add a visualization. So like before, what I want you to do is imagine that there's a flashlight in the center of your palm, and it's shining very brightly onto your left arm here, to the point where you can actually feel the heat. Now this is really important. You have to remember to keep the visualization going while you're doing the movement and while you're breathing. Okay, so put your left arm down. Put the center of your right palm right about where the end of your fingertips are, and then you're going to inhale as you move up, and remember the visualization or the flashlight shining on the top of your arm here. So ready, inhale. When you reach the top, turn your left palm up, exhale as you move down, and remember the visualization. When you reach the end, turn your left palm down and start the technique again. Inhale through your nose. Fill your lower, middle, and upper lungs. Remember the visualization. When you get to the top, turn your left palm up. Exhale through your mouth as you move down. And remember the visualization. Okay, so now we're going to try it a couple of times on our right arm just so that you got the technique. So put your right arm out in front of you. Put your left hand on top of it, again about 1 inch away, not touching. And inhale as you move up your arm. And remember the flashlight or the visualization as you move up, and inhale. And turn your right palm up. Exhale as you move down. Remember the visualization. When you reach the end, turn your right palm over, and we're going to move back up and down our arm. So ready, inhale through your nose. Remember the visualization and fill your lungs completely with air. When you reach the top, hold your breath for a second, turn your right palm up, and move back down your arm, exhaling through your mouth. And don't forget the visualization. Okay, that's pretty much the technique. So now let's do it together. We're going to do it 6 times on each arm, and then when we're done, we're going to move on to the measuring exercise. So put your left arm in front of you, make sure it's relaxed, and put your right hand on top, and then we're going to inhale, start the visualization, and go. Turn your left palm over, inhale again. Remember the visualization. Turn it over, inhale. Exhale. Turn it over, inhale. Exhale, remember the visualization. Ready, inhale. Exhale. And final one, inhale. Exhale. Don't forget your flashlight. Okay, now leave your right hand out in front of you. Put your left hand on top and inhale. Start the visualization. And the flashlight shining brightly on your arm. Inhale through your nose. Turn your palm up. Exhale. Continue with the flashlight. Turn it over. Inhale. Turn your palm up. Exhale down through your mouth. Ready. Inhale. Exhale. Turn it over. Inhale. Exhale. Turn over. Inhale. Fill your lungs all the way up. Exhale. And one last time. Ready? Inhale. Okay, rub your hands together a little bit. So let's move on to the measuring exercise. So put your hands up in front of your chest like this, about 6 or 8 inches apart, more if necessary, and then start bringing them together to the point where you begin to feel the heat between your hands. Now, if the previous exercise worked for you, you should notice a definite increase in the space between your hands. And what this equates to is a strengthening of your chi and a thickening of your energy field in your hands and arms. Keep in mind, these are just basic Qi building and strengthening exercises. The actual Qi Gung exercises themselves are much stronger and much more powerful. And as you build your Qi, your ability to feel it and control it gets much stronger, and you become much more sensitive to it, and then you're going to be able to start using it in some new and interesting ways. Okay, well, this concludes our introductory class on Qi Gung. Make sure to join me for our next few classes coming up, where I'm going to teach the standing Qi Gung exercises. We're also going to show you some new visualization techniques and a really amazing technique where you're going to actually be able to see your Qi or your energy field with your own eyes. Okay, as always, if you have any questions, make sure to send an email to info@lightwarrioracademy.com and we'll get back with you right away. Okay, thanks very much. Take care. Bye-bye.